Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again, and I've been playing with what's it called again? Snow is Glistening. Totally different this time. I'm using the stamps, and I'm also using the beautiful blizzard. I'll be using this image here. I just love this. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to be using that one. I'm swapping the colours of my card. We're going to be using some of that new white felt cardstock that will be available to everybody in the next couple of days. Oh, well, on the 1st of November. Mine ripped a little bit going. But this is that flocked velvet paper that's like on the Santa's Workshop Designer Series paper. Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to use some of that. I best show you my card, and I'm going to change up the... I used Tranquil Tide with this one. That's the inside. I've actually stamped. I've added images to the inside. And this is the front. It's absolutely beautiful. We've got a few of those lovely little snowflakes here. I've popped one on the tree as well, as if the snow is falling. And a little bright yellow star from there. They have retired those elements, but I like to add a little bit of old and new together, and it just brightens up the top of the card, and I think it's beautiful. And I have cased it from the magazine that is coming out. Not exactly the same, but very similar. So we're going to be using the tree bottom, the joy, Merry Christmas to you and peace on earth to all the world. Using the snowflakes as well, and like I say, I'm using that large image from the beautiful blizzard. I've got a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to show you my card pieces. This is the thick white, which is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8, scored and folded at 4 1/8. 8 1/4, sorry, by 5, 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, scored and folded at 4 1/8. Then we've got a piece of Granny Apple Green. I'm going to swap mine up. Oh, I need to trim that down. Let me just do that for you. This is going to measure 3 7/8, which it does. I just forgot to cut it down to 5 5/8. So, there we go. Just that little shard needed to come off, that's all. And so that is going to layer on there beautifully. Then we got the Whisper White, which is an 1/8 of an inch smaller all round. So this is 3 5/8 by 5 3/8. And you're going to need a piece which it measures. It's about 4 1/4 by 2 7/8, is it? Yeah. And we're going to stamp our tree, but we're going to stamp it this way on the side. Right down that edge, and that way you can get 2 trees out of this one piece of paper, believe it or not. So, yay! We're going to be doing tone on tone. So this is Granny Apple, and this would work with any colour. You could do a purple Christmas card. You could do a red one, a blue. It's endless. Any colour you want. It's entirely up to you. We're not limited to traditional colours. No one said we had to. So, oh my gosh, so right, keeping this in the corner, right along this edge. I'm going to stamp my Granny Apple Green onto my Granny Apple Green card. And look how beautiful that is. And this is where you can use this to carry on a pattern as well. You could then stamp that right next door. But I'm just showing that you can get 2 trees out of this piece of card. And you can just then take your trimmer, or you can take your, I'm going to use this one, and you can take your large scissors, and you can just trim that out. Just cleaning my blocks as I'm going along. I then took... Just pop that to one side, my trimmer, and I put it right along the edge, and I can check perfectly just how I want my image and how much of a gap all the way around. I am going to take this side off, just a fraction. Oops. There we go. Just so I've got my tree. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely love that. Whoops. I can then cut this out and save this for another card, which I'm going to later. Now I'm going to fetch in my Whisper White. My Granny Apple Green is already open and waiting. And I'm just going to check how many times I'm going to stamp off. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's lovely. I love it on the 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and I'm just going to keep filling this card up, and then with the extras I'm just going to touch up, so I'm not wasting much ink. I know some of you don't like that very much, but it's okay. I'm even putting a pattern on the back of my card. It's just that I'm filling it up with that gap. Beautifully done. Absolutely beautiful. I love the Granny Apple Green. It's one of my new favourite greens. So that's that one out of the way also. Put that in the bin. And then you've got, we're going to add our tree later, then we're going to decide where our stalk is going, because we need to keep our tree. And the stalk, the stem, so I'm going to stamp that after I've attached the tree, which is going on dimensionals. I've got the word joy here, and I'm going to go full strength. Sorry about that, sweethearts, my battery's just died a death. Never mind, I've swapped it over now, so fingers crossed. Now I'm adding these little snowflakes, and I'm keeping them at full strength. I'm going to try and add them just to the patches where there's less of the Granny Apple Green. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful little snowflakes. And I'm just adding, just gathering them collectively. I'm not putting them in any position. I'm not trying to copy the card I've already done. I'm just adding these elements, and I'm going to grab a few down this bottom corner just to finish it off. I think that is so adorable. And I've lost my cloth. And I'm even going to, like I say, oh, I've wiped my cloth clean and I need it. So I'm going to do this again now. I'm going to grab and get some more scrap out. I got a drawer full, don't worry. Stamp, stamp. I might even go a little bit lighter actually. Adding that flourish right there in that corner. Absolutely beautiful. Just going to have a couple of scatterings of these snowflakes. And then I've got my Merry Christmas. And that is going to go full strength as well. Oops. Just making sure my screen is on. Leveling this up at the bottom of my card. And fingers crossed she's nice and straight. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. I love it. Love, 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 love it. So again, I'm just cleaning as I'm going along. They're easy to clean off. If you've got one of these showers and you keep it damp, it's absolutely brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. And we've had the joy. where am I up to now? So I'm going to attach my green card, and I'm going to use some, I'm going to use that stick that I reviewed earlier, and it just glues on. It goes on purple, it dries clear, and it should give me a little bit of wiggle space as well. Let me just get that off the desk. Don't worry about that in that top coat. Oh, you saw my fingers, look. There you go, it dries clear, and perfect all round. I'm just gonna adhere this down. Always use your bone folder, it helps to bond those pieces together. I'm going to attach my Joy card as well now, and I'm going to use a little bit more of this. So make sure when I did the review earlier on this, it was amazing, and it stuck really well. So let's see. So making sure my card opens the right way. Don't want to be putting the words Joy upside down. And again, just going to add some pressure so they bond together. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I do try and use these bits around the side first, if possible. So that's going to go along the bottom edge. Whoops. And remove the backing at the same time. And then I'm just going to use this little piece here from this side. So I want to get that into the corner as best I can without it poking through. And then we're at one in the centre. Perfect. So now I'm going to line up this gorgeous, gorgeous tree. Oh, it's beautiful. Now, before I put my ink away, I want to get this. I'm going to, because it's photopolymer, I'm going to stamp it once, and then I'm going to go back over it. It just darkens it lovely. See how beautiful that was? And because you can see through them, you're able to do that. I wouldn't do it on large images, but I certainly don't mind doing it on these small ones. Absolutely gorgeous. We've not finished yet. I'm going to get rid of our ink though. And what I did earlier, I run a few of the snowflakes. I got the bits off there. I've done it a couple of times, and now I've got, that's a bit that's come off, these ones here as well. So I'm just going to use my dye brush. Thank you, Mr. Boyce. Isn't he a gorgeous, he's a beautiful fella, my hubby. Just fetching me a nice cup of coffee. Thank you, sweetheart. Love you. Oh, bless his little socks. Fetching me a cup of coffee. Oh, he's a darling. Oh, I'm in love with that man so much. Some of them pop out easily. Some of them just need a little bit of coaxing. Look how easy they fall out. Whoops. Some have got some little dots still that need to be poked through. Absolutely beautiful. So this one's a little bit stiffer. There we go. You might miss the odd bit. Now I can poke. Whoops. Just go halfway round. Release the tops of these. And it's really strong paper, this white velvet. And there we go. Oh, absolutely beautiful. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pop them to one side. In fact, I'm going to pop them back inside my... You get 3 of the same, which is great for projects like this if you need to cut a fair few of them out. So you can just continue to cut them out, and this beautiful velvet is absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to use all these. I'm going to leave them on there so I can see them. And take in my glue, just using a tiny little bit of wet, and I'm just basically, she says when it comes out, it's got a bit clogged at the end. I mustn't have cleaned it properly. There we go, pokey tool in, job's a good one. There we go. So just get that little tiny little dots on the end of each snowflake, and then just randomly add them. I think they're absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. I'm going to save a couple for the inside. I do have, I think there's 12 in all. So just add some little dots. And if you've got too much, just go in and wipe. And I can just see there that I've missed a hole. Perfect. And I'm going to add this one. Oh, I'm going to add this one over here. And just press them down. What I also did was add a rhinestone to the centre of each of them. Just to give some contrast. Oh, they're just so beautiful. Love them. And one I'm going to stick on the tree. This again dries clear and doesn't stay tacky. So I did add that one there. I'm going to add this one to here. It doesn't match, but it just gets added onto the tree just to break up all the green, which is absolutely lovely. I'm going to leave that and one of them. So I've got a couple more to add. Making sure you just add a drip. Add one down here. They're just so cute. And one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Work out a little bit of, it's the fluff off the actual felt was coming off then. Another one there. Get rid of them off my fingers. And then let's finish adding our beautiful rhinestones to the centres. Please, Gaynor, take that off, put it back in the centre. That's much better. I'm telling myself off. And they can feel, the recipient of this card can feel those beautiful snowflakes. And see, they're not just any old bit of paper. They are actually velvet. Just gorgeous. We can come back to the front in a moment. Again, I'm just going to add some. I'm not adding rhinestones on the inside. I don't want it to dint my card in the post. So I'm just going to add one here. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to add one right here. And last but no means least, I do like the fact that they give you several of each dies, especially the smaller ones, because they can be so fiddly and so time consuming as well. So there's my, I'm just going to get a little bit of glue and stick that down. Use my pokey tool. Boop. And then I can just wipe that under there. Press that down. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. Get rid of my bits. Oops. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back in. I've got these beautiful, we've got the snowflake elements that come with this set, but I want to add, and I'm going to add one of these red ones this time. Just a star right to the top of that tree there. Just to add, I added yellow on the other one. I think that little touch of red there is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. So, this is my Granny Apple Green one. This is my Tranquil Tide. Oh, they're absolutely gorgeous. I love, love, love them. Don't know what's that with my card. My glue can go away. What do you reckon, girls and boys? I think it's absolutely stunning. I haven't got a leaflet to show you the one I cased, but it's, if you go online after the, well, you'll be able to go online now and see the brochure, unless your demonstrators have already given you one. But this is very similar to one of the cards that was cased. We got to see a video first when the set was being, you know, released for us to order first. But oh, I love them. I seem a bit lopsided. That's better. I'm straight now. Oh, but I love it. I love it in both colours. Merry Christmas to you, and peace on earth to all the world. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. I hope you like it and give me a thumbs up. I'd love it for you to subscribe to my channel as well. You can do that by pressing this button down here. And if you want to see what I make, because I do post every day, so if you want to see what I make tomorrow, press the little bell as well, and you'll be notified of all future videos. But thanks for stopping by. Love you all. Bye.